Okay, good morning, good HaChodesh. This Shabbos, we're going to read Parashat Bo. And in Parashat Bo, there is something very, there are many things. Something that relates to Rosh Chodesh also is the mitzvahs Kidush HaChodesh. It is very interesting that the entire Parsha of Yetzias Mitzrayim started with this mitzvah. This mitzvah was given in Mitzrayim before Rosh Chodesh Nisan, when Makas Bechoros will be just 2 weeks later. Hashem says to Moshe Rabbeinu and Aaron in Eretz Mitzrayim. So he prepared them for Makas Bechoros, the entire Korban Pesach and everything, but it started with this. Vayomer Hashem el Moshe ve'el Aaron. This is in this Parsha, Perek Yud Bet, and the beginning of Perek Yud Bet. ויאמר השם אל משה ואל אהרון בארץ מצרים לאמור, החודש הזה לכם ראש חודשים, ראשון הוא לכם לחודשי השנה. Basically what I want to speak today is about the concept of zman, of time, in this special mitzvah of Kidush HaChodesh. So it's relevant to every Rosh Chodesh, and it happened that today is Rosh Chodesh. So it's relevant. Okay, so let's start with this. In Lashon HaKodesh, the word Chodesh describing the lunar calendar, Chodesh. See, I don't know what the source of translated to English, like month, if there is any connection to the word Chodesh. Just word, month, or I don't know what's the source actually. But Chodesh in Hebrew is relating to the Levana, that from our point of view, it's very important to understand this, from our point of view, there is a new delivery, a Moila da Levana, every year, every week, every month. Now, the Levana is there. The Levana is there like all the stars there. The Levana is not reborn. But from our point of view, and by the way, I'll mention that the entire Torah was given to us, and therefore there is a famous klal, Dibra Torah keleshon bnei Adam. Because the Torah was given to us, the entire thing in the Torah is from our point of view. So from our point of view, there is a Kidush in the sky when the Levana reborn every month. So the concept of Kidush is the thing that Hashem now command Bnei Israel before they went out of Mitzrayim. I just could guess that everyone familiar with the first Rashi in the Torah, Bereshit bara Elokim et hashamayim ve'et haaretz. So let me quote you from Rashi, famous one. Bereshit, אמר רבי יצחק, לא היה צריך להתחיל את התורה אלא מהחודש הזה לכם, שהיא מצווה ראשונה שנצטוו בישראל. The word Torah, the concept Torah, the translation of the word are instructions. תורה לי את הדרך, show me the way. So therefore, it's hard to understand the entire Sefer Bereshis. The entire Sefer Bereshis is not Torah, it's not instruction, it's description of the Bria, of the Mabul, the history, what happened to Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. What's the Torah here? And we know that every word in the Torah is Torah. So Rashi deals over there in the beginning, Torah, in the practical, actual understanding of it, should be the first mitzvah. And because the Torah was given to us, Torah tziva lanu, Moshe. So the first mitzvah that we as a nation, lanu, as a nation, we got, this is the mitzvah of Kidush HaChodesh. So that, Rashi brings the medrash, that should be the beginning of the Torah. Why Hashem did it with the description of the Bria, to show that he's the owner, he's the Ribono Shel Olam, and therefore, okay, that's... But it doesn't take away from the fact that the Torah actually started here. This is the first mitzvah that we got as a nation, before Korban Pesach, before Aseret Adibros, before everything. This is the first mitzvah. Now, it's not by chance. There is a very basic, essential connection to the fact that, first of all, that we went out of Mitzrayim, and this is the description of Yetzias Mitzrayim. It started with this mitzvah, but then later on, the next psukim are what do you do in the 10th of the month, take the seh, and the entire instruction. But it started with this, and it's not by chance. So what we have to understand is the following. Usually, the way to measure time is by the sun. And that's how the Goyim, Umos Olam, the calendar is the sun, because it's clear, it's kavua, something steady. If you read the pasuk, again, ויאמר השם אל משה ואל אהרון בארץ מצרים לאמור, החודש הזה לכם ראש חודשים, ראשון הוא לכם לחודשי השנה. So the mitzvah over here is to synchronize the two calendars, the solar and the lunar, right? Pesach is in Chodesh Aviv. We know there is a היום אתם יוצאים בחודש האביב, and we should synchronize the time of the Levana and the Chama. We have about 11 days apart from the lunar calendar year and the solar one. And we should make it works together. So, החודש הזה לכם, ראש חודשים ראשון הוא לכם לחודשי השנה. I find a very good description, so I read it the way it is from Sefer HaToda'ah about the essence of this thing. Says Sefer HaToda'ah the following: Shana mileshon yashan umileshon shana. Shana mileshon yashan, it's old. Old is just the opposite of new. So Chodesh and Shana actually contradict each other. Shana is yashan, is old. Chodesh is a new thing. And another thing, Shana is leshon shana, repetition. It's coming again and again and again in the same way. Meaning there is no Kidush. Hakol kavua misheshet yemei bereshit. So the solar represent the nature, the teva, the laws of nature. The laws of nature are kavua, are steady. They never change. Chodesh ze mileshon chidush. It's new. Meaning things that you see today or now is not necessarily what you're going to see tomorrow. We do not find it in the laws of nature. Now, since Hashem created the world, there is something called Olam keminhago noheg. There are rules. Hashem created the laws of nature, and they are running the show. In Yetzias Mitzrayim was a chidush. Hashem changed the laws of nature publicly. I mean, it was hidden miracles even before. The fact that, let's say, that Sarah gave birth to Yitzchak at the age of 90, and that was, but it was a particular specific thing. Here we're talking about Egypt, which was the superpower of the time. And Hashem now gonna do new way of running the world with a Kidush, changing the laws of nature. Now, the idea is to take Bnei Israel out of Mitzrayim. What for? To give them the Torah. What is the Torah? The Torah is the code of the creation. הסתכל באורייתא וברא הקדוש ברוך הוא created the world by the Torah. Now he wants to give this gift, this secret of how to create the world to Bnei Israel. So because it's a... Now, philosophically, at the old time at least, today they agree, even the Koifrim, the Kfir is still there. But scientists today agree that it was a beginning point. Actually, it's not a clear beginning, the Big Bang, because something was before and got exploded. So they're still talking about something that was before, and how long before, no one really knows. But until this theory of the Big Bang become known, scientists, it started from the Greek philosophers, they claim that the world is never created. We know, the basic is that there is a creator. This is the first pasuk in the Torah. Bereshit bara Elokim et hashamayim v'et haaretz. So how he created the world? By the Torah. Now, and this is the deep thing about this mitzvah. Now he wants to give the Torah to Bnei Israel. To give the Torah to Bnei Israel, it required change the laws of nature, because the Torah is the one that, based on it, Hashem created the world, which is a new thing that was not before. And now he wants to give it to Bnei Israel. And the way to do it is first, take them out by showing controls of the laws of nature. And only the one who created them could change them the way you want. But more than that, Hashem is going to give us the Torah. So he continues and he says the following. HaChodesh, the concept of Chodesh, of Kidush, רומז לדרך הניסים והנפלאות שמחוץ לדרך הטבע. And he showed it in Yetzias Mitzrayim. For all the nation of the world, they have a year. They do not have Chodesh. Chodesh is a concept that Hashem gave to us, but it's not, the Muslims also has the lunar system, but they have only the lunar. The mitzvah for us is, HaChodesh הזה לכם ראש חודשים, ראשון הוא לכם לחודשי השנה, meaning, take the Kidush and put it in the Shana. Put it in the Shana. In a human psychology, there are two things that contradict each other, that we like both, but there is a steer between them.
We use both?
Yeah.
You're saying we use both?
Right, yeah. That's why because we have different of 11 days between lunar and, so that's why we have a Shana Me'uberet and we add another Adar. Okay. In the human psychology, we have two things that we like both, but they contradict each other. One of them is steadiness, stability. I know exactly what to expect. I feel comfortable, and I feel intimidated by changes, right? So in a way, it's good. It gives you security. In the other way, it's boring. And you want excitement. So excitement comes with a Kidush. So here's the art of how to take the excitement of the new and put it in the steady. But it's much more than that. This is psychological. Philosophically, we have to know. Hashem created us, Hashem created Adam in the image of God. And the image of God is not physical, for sure, because Hashem doesn't have a physical aspect in him. So, when Hashem created us in his image, he created us as creators. He is a creator. He created us as creators. What do we have to create? Everything was created. Hashem created everything but one thing. You. Yourself. Hashem give you the mission to create yourself. How do you create yourself? By the free will. What is a free will? Free will, by definition, is contradicting steadiness. Because if the laws of nature will direct and dictate everything, you have no free choice, real free choice, and it should be free. Give us the ability to do something not expected. Because if it's expected, that you have no free, you're just playing or dictated by other forces. Free will give us as human beings ability to choose. To choose is to create a new thing. Now, the nations of the world lost it by Chet Adam HaRishon. Let me explain something about the Chet. When you have a dilemma between physical needs and spiritual needs, this is the area, this is the field of free will, only there. So let's say someone irritates someone else, really in a mean way, right? So the spontaneous response will be getting mad, getting angry. If someone irritates someone and he got angry, he didn't choose. If someone really treats someone in a very mean way, and his urge was to respond, but he controlled it, controlled the anger, then he did something that against the nature. Meaning, only when you control what's the urge and the instinct and the automatic dictate you to do or tell you to do, then you express the free will. Torah is the only way to give us the right response to everything. Because, you could just, in principle, do against what expect without any plan, without just, people used to do this, I will just do the opposite. There is no plan over here. But when you have a whole plan, how to build your personality in the right way. And how do we know it's the right way? Because the Torah is emes. We know that Hashem gave us the Torah, and this is the right way to do. When you do this, you create new things. So the Torah actually is the koach HaChidush. The only koach HaChidush. Because everything else in the world expected, and it's no chidushim. So the essence of being a Jew is to be able to use this koach HaChidush. There's the power of new. Therefore, this is the first mitzvah. The first, Akol Olech Achar HaRosh, it's the beginning. The beginning is the entire thing. So, what we have to know that, as I said before, people looking for new things, but those new things are not deserve the title new from the pure philosophical point of view. Let me add to this the words of Shlomo HaMelech in Sefer Kohelet. דברי קהלת בן דוד מלך בירושלים. הבל הבלים אמר קהלת, הבל הבלים, הכל הבל. Everything is nonsense. מה יתרון לאדם בכל עמלו שיעמול תחת השמש? תחת השמש. Now this idea of תחת השמש, under the sun, goes throughout the book. And he said, this is nonsense תחת השמש, and this is nonsense תחת השמש. What is the shemesh? Shemesh is the sun, which is the solar system, the solar calendar. And what actually he's saying over here, that everything that under the sun, under the Shana, a year of a solar is a Shana, everything that under the Shana is nonsense. מה יתרון לאדם בכל עמלו שיעמול תחת השמש? And then it says, in the next few psukim over there, מה שהיה הוא שיהיה. What was, that what's going to be. ומה שנעשה הוא שיעשה. ואין כל חדש תחת השמש. See, you use those two words, the חדש and the שמש. The שמש is the שנה. אין כל חדש תחת השמש. There is nothing new under the sun. Even things that we think we consider new are not new. Are not new. Let's say the technology of today. It seems to be new, right? Because our parents and grandparents and great-grandparents didn't have cell phones and didn't have cars and didn't have airplanes. It's not true. Shlomo HaMelech says, "En kol chadash tachat hashemesh." There is nothing new. What actually means? And he continues and he says, I'll quote you the next pasuk. יש דבר שיאמר ראה זה חדש. ראה זה חדש הוא. So he himself point out and say, I'm just declaring that nothing new under the sun, but people could say, this thing is new. And he didn't mean cell phone. He mean, okay? Says, he repeatedly says, כבר היה לעולמים אשר היה לפנינו. It was before. Even things that you're sure they are new, they are not new. What is the meaning of this? Of course it's new. No one claimed that was a technology. So the idea is the following. The laws of nature are there since day one. The Kidush is not the reality, but the Kidush is what's new is our awareness of the laws of nature that was there before, therefore they are not new. What's new is our knowledge about the nature, and after we know it, we could combine it and create things out of it. But that's not considered pure new. Because the laws of nature that make us able to do whatever we do in the technology, those laws were there before, they are not new. So what's new is our awareness to the reality, but the reality is not new. That's what I meant when I said before that from a pure point of view, there is nothing new. And that's what he meant. En kol chadash tachat hashemesh. And therefore, everything is nonsense. Havel havelim, because you think you do something, you do nothing.
So is it possible that the things that we see are new? Let's say a cell phone in my hand, that is new, but the technology behind it is not?
No, I just said the opposite. That the laws of nature is the only thing that's not new. Our ability, our exposure to the laws of nature and our intelligence to make some combination with this and build this thing, this is new. That's
what I said. That the phone itself, this,
yeah.
Maybe they didn't manage to have this exact square thing that's silver.
Right.
But the technology of the waves.
No, the technology was not there either. We do not know. We have not enough knowledge.
The technology was there.
What?
The possibility.
Yeah, okay. The laws of nature were there.
The waves, let's say the
Exactly.
waves,
nothing was new from now.
Created.
Everything was from the.
So we harnessed the electricity. We knew, every time we figure out.
So bottom line, the only new thing is our knowledge.
Yeah.
Our knowledge is new, but the reality is there.
But because when we originally learned this in school, she'ein chadash tachas hashemesh, when they said that there's nothing new, so they said, oh, you mean they had telephones then? We just didn't know it? No. So this is the question, though. They did have some sort of a knowledge, like let's say when they tried to build Bahidar HaFlaga and make a war against Hashem and build a tower up to the heavens, they must have had some sort of technology that we don't know about nowadays because they were making headway. They were getting.
Yeah, but this is not the meaning of En Chadash Tachat Hashemesh. Let's say they have a certain kind of technology that we do not know today, right? It doesn't mean okay, but this ability that they had, if they had at the time, was also not new. Was also not new.
Right,
It's new. It was the knowledge is new.
Everything we
foundation is not new. What we're doing is we're taking the foundation and we're utilizing
applying it.
our,
Right, but
Our new knowledge.
yeah.
Right.
That's new to us.
so like let's say when we were in school and we learned in science that a telephone is really waves in the air that they you know they pick up the
So the
signals
waves
and-
were there before.
I never thought that the waves was new. Of course we knew that that was there since we
That
were
what he
young.
mean. That what he mean.
Yeah,
That,
yeah.
only this, and it's not new. Okay. Now, on the pasuk in Kohelet in the beginning that he started, דברי קהלת בן דוד, הבל הבלים, אמר קהלת, הבל הבלים, הכל הבל. Everything is nonsense. It's very depressing. Agree with me? You know. So there is no point for anything. הכל הבל הבלים. But if you look, it says those words, תחת השמש, as I said, mentioned again and again and again in Sefer Kohelet. And always what he said, it's nonsense, is under the sun. Says the Gemara, it's Gemara in Shabbat, דף למד, מה יתרון לאדם בכל עמלו שיעמול תחת השמש? תחת השמש אין יתרון, אבל מעל השמש יש יתרון. It's only under the sun. Now what is the sun? The sun is part of the creation that Hashem created. The physical creation. Right? So under the sun, there is nothing new. And there is no benefit. The only benefit is above the sun. So what we learn over here is that there is something above the sun. What is above the sun? The sun is the huge thing in the sky. It's not the hugest, but the one that we are exposed to without telescopes or things like this, right? For us, this is the top, relatively, the top of physical things. So the physical things, we consider it our reality. The Torah explained or we learn from the Torah, there is something above it. Above it, it's not a matter of physical distance. Above it meaning above it, above limits. Because the sun is the time. The timeline, we measure time by the sun. So there is something above the time, not in the boundaries of the time and the space.
That's the Torah.
Which is the Torah. Which is the Torah. So, if a human being was only a pure physical entity, there is no benefit. It's like other stuff that the laws of nature dictate exactly what they do, meaning they themselves do not do anything. If there is a force who forced me to do something, I didn't do anything. I was just a tool. If someone with a gun come rob the bank, if not, I'm killing you. And you do it because it's not a pekuach nefesh, right? You didn't do anything. You didn't want to do it. You was forced to do it. So the credit, quote, for the action is not yours. It's the force that forced you. Therefore, now, because a human being is not just physical, he has a body and a soul, and the neshama is from above, it's spiritual, it's not limited by time and space. Therefore, only human being has the ability to here under the sun do something that the source of it is above the sun. And this is the Torah. And this is the Torah. The Torah gives you the ability. And what is the ability again? When you completely 100% aware of your physical needs, and here comes the Torah and give you a value that not really fit with your wants, physical wants. You have the ability not to listen or to be dominate or act according to your physical urge. This is the free, this is the Chodesh, this is the Kidush.
But everybody has that.
Right, but they do not use it. They do not use it in the right. They have the 7 mitzvahs of Noach, but right, you know.
They do.
True.
Sometimes yes, sometimes no. The same way we do. Sometimes yes and sometimes
And that's why I want to continue and go to the concept of Zman. In Hebrew, and by the way, we have to know that it's not mentioned in the Torah. The word Zman is not mentioned in the Chamisha Chumshei Torah. You could not find the word Zman. It's mentioned,
no, that's not.
it's not Pasuk. It's not Pasuk in the Torah. The word Zman is not, I'm telling you, I checked it. You could check it. Don't trust me. Check it. The word Zman, never mentioned in the Torah. It's mentioned in the Nevi'im. In Sefer Kohelet, is Lakol Zman ve'et lekol chefetz in Kohelet, but it's not in the Torah. Right? But it's not in the Torah. It's not Chamisha Chumshe Torah. What we find in the Torah we find different concept. It seems different. It seems the same, but it's different a bit, which is Mo'adim. Ele Mo'adei Hashem Mikraei Kodesh Asher Tikreu Otam B'Mo'adam. So there is something called Mo'ed. What is a Mo'ed? So the general translation is holiday, but leave the translation. The translation is always not really expressing, you cannot really get to the bottom of it in the holy language, in the Torah. It's very interesting that Chazal, in the Chagim, we said, Baruch Ata Hashem Mekadesh Yisrael ve'hazmanim. So Chazal chose a word that's not mentioned in the Torah. Why not Moadim? Because Hashem in the Torah says, Ele Moadei Hashem. And the concept of Zman is not there. But Chazal added, Chazal took it from Kohelet, of course, but not from the Torah. And they said, Mekadesh Yisrael ve'hazmanim. Now there is something very interesting about those two concepts, Moadim ve'zmanim. You have to know a little bit Hebrew grammar. The root of the word Zman are the letters Zayin Mem Nun. But if you want to really understand the concept in Lashon HaKodesh, you have to go to the derivatives. So for sure you heard and use the word Hazmana, invitation. When you want to invite someone to a simcha, let's say, right? You send an invitation. How do you say it in Hebrew? Hazmana.
Or the zamein means to prepare for something.
The zamein is to be ready for. Yeah. Zimon is right. So leazmin mishu is to make a note, be ready for this date. So be ready. So Zman is to be ready for event that's going to happen in the future. The word Moed, it's not a holiday. Moed, the root of the word are the letter Yud Ayin Daled. Yud Ayin Daled, which is Ya'ad, which is destination. Ya'ad. Ya'ad in Hebrew is the translation of the word destination. So again, what is a destination? Destination is still ahead of me. This is my destination. I'm going there. So if you analyze it, you will find out that we're talking about the two frames of physical, space and time. In space, there is a yad, a destination that it's there and I'm going toward it. In the time, Zman is hazmana to event that's going to happen in the future and I'm going toward it on time. So there is time and space by those two concepts of moed and ya'ad and Zman.
I don't understand the difference.
What?
I'm not understanding the difference.
Oh, time and space.
Yeah, one is an event and one is just.
No, time and space.
Yeah, time and space. Well, you just said. You said.
Zman ze
event. So I'm going towards that event. Like I'm making a wedding tomorrow.
not physically. I'm not going towards it. I'm in the time. I'm thinking about a certain point in the future.
Okay.
Point in the future, but it's not event. Okay, but the event is two things. It's the physical things that happen in a certain time.
Yes.
So the physical event is the ya'ad, the moed, the destination.
Okay.
And the time is the zman.
Okay.
So, it's time and space.
Just curious. On GPS it says you have reached your destination. How do they say it in Hebrew?
Did
On
you?
the GPS,
Yes.
they tell you have reached your destination.
Higata
What do they
layad.
say?
Higata layad.
That's what they say in Hebrew on the
Yes.
GPS? Okay.
Higata layad.
Okay. Where they use. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Now, if you think about the concept of time in the world, what is time? What is the definition of time?
Limitation, a boundary.
Yeah, but when people say time, the thing that I want to make, what is time? If there is no creator and the world were like this, always, it was always like this. No one created it at certain point.
Time is also change.
Yeah, but it started in the back. It started there, and now it's just a continuation of what started in the past. This is time. It's just
Past,
continue,
future,
right? But the
future.
For now,
Right.
we're dealing forward to
the present is a continuation of the past.
and the future is a continuation.
Right, but we're not talking. I want to explain the difference between Zman to time. There are difference between them. What is different? Time is a description of the flow, ongoing, something that started who knows where, or never started. And now, this is the most important thing. What is the present? The present is the continuation of the past. In Lashon HaKodesh is in here, by giving us the mitzvah of Kidush HaChodesh, Hashem just give us another way to look at time. Time is not a continuation of the past. Time is Zman, which means it's the looking forward for the future.
An opportunity.
Yeah, but again, the emphasis is present, continuation of the past, or going toward the future. So in the general concept of Zman in the world, no one think about the future. That's not part of what the definition of the present. The present is a continuation of the past. For us as Jews, because we have a destination, so we're going towards something. So the time now is Hazmana. Therefore it's called Zman, because it's Hazmana for the future. So the question is, איפה נקודת הכובד? Where is the heavy? אני לא יודע איך אומרים נקודה. How do you say נקודת הכובד?
The point.
Where's the point? Is the point is in the past, and the present is a continuation of the past, but we are not going to any specific place. It just will go. Of course, will be some future, but I have no expectation to the. No, I'm not going towards something. ליעד מסוים. There is no hazmana to anything. So because Hashem, by giving us the Torah, He explained to us or gave us the information about the purpose of the world. Every minute in the present is to make you ready for it's a hazmana for the future.
It gives a purpose to our lives.
To our lives as individuals, as a nation. The nations of the world doesn't have it. It doesn't have it because there is no thing in the future that they're really looking for.
What are we looking forward to?
Nothing.
That's the thing.
No, meaning because like
Yeah, yeah.
technically,
Yeah, I'm going to explain. I'm trying to explain. So the Torah says, let's take those two concepts, Moed and Zman, meaning Moed like Ya'ad, physical space, and Zman, certain time. So we know that part of the Torah, and here, in this event that the Torah described in this week parasha, which is Yetziat Mitzrayim, Hashem gave us a mitzvah, 3 פעמים בשנה, to go עלייה לרגל. עלייה לרגל is a moed and a zman. In the Torah called it moed. Why? Because there is a certain place that you have to go. Yerushalayim, Beit HaMikdash at the time, right? So aliyah l'regel, you going with your legs, with your foot, you going aliyah l'regel to certain place. But it has to be in certain time. And this how the zman and the moed meet together. We're going to this place. What for? To be seen, to יראה, you have to be nire, lehera'ot lifnei Hashem. You go towards Hashem, the house of Hashem. Now, in time and space are the boundaries, are the field, are the frame that physical is in it. But the physical is something that have no connection to Kedusha, to holiness. Hashem gave us, by giving us the Torah, something called Kedushat HaMakom and Kedushat HaZman. There are places that more holy than others. So it's a famous Mishnah, Eretz Yisrael Kedosha Mikol HaOlam. Yerushalayim Kedosha Mikol Eretz Yisrael. Har HaBayit Kadosh Mikol Yerushalayim. And the highest point of Kedusha in space, in the entire universe, is Kodesh HaKodeshim. The Holy of Holy, which is, this is in space, the holy place. In time, Hashem gave us few times that they are holy. Every week we have Shabbos. Vayvarach Elohim et Yom HaShvi'i vayikadsheu. It's holy. This a time. The time is holy. At the time when Beit HaMikdash was there, we have certain times in the year that we should go to the holy place. So then the Beit HaMikdash, which is the holy place in the space, and the holy time meet together, and we are going there. I mean, we're looking forward. This is a hazmana. Everyone knows what is the meaning to be ready for Pesach. Not just cleaning the house, but at the time of Beit HaMikdash, to bring the Korban Pesach. It's a whole thing. You have to bring the Korban to go to Yerushalayim. So you prepare yourself to go. There is a hazmana. So we have hazmana to certain times in each year. And for sure we have the big hazmana to the end of days, when Hashem will be appearing and the Geula will come and Mashiach will come. So we are looking forward for something. This is Zman. And it's completely different than time. Time has no meaning whatsoever. It's a continuation of the past, but there is no looking forward.
So why do we have the whole concept of the world is only going to be created for 6,000 years in our time?
Yeah.
If there's no concept of our time to, let's say, when Mashiach comes.
No, we're looking for this time, and this time everything's going to change.
You're using the same word and it has different meanings, I guess.
Why different?
I don't know, because
But you're looking toward the future.
the future,
Mm-hmm.
So it's not looking as like the time when time is going away. You're looking something for the future, destination.
The present,
I don't know why I'm having.
No, I think it's if
I'm
they,
having a look.
in the present, you're looking to the direction of the future.
Which does have time, not this time, but in years. Let's say we have X amount of years left until it has to
Okay,
happen.
so we're looking forward for those years, for this things that to happen there.
usually, I guess, am I right? When you're talking about time as a time, right? The physical time. It's always looking how much time has passed by, like it's a connection to the future. And when you're looking for Zman, it's a destination looking. I mean, how we've had the past, and this is to go to look to the future.
Yeah, okay, could say it this way.
That's a little before.
Now, another thing that we should add to all of this is the fact that in the Medrash, it says that the nations of the world parallel to the sun, and the Jewish nation parallel to the moon. So in a way, it's diminishing us, because the sun is brighter and bigger, right? And the moon just get from the sun. But we talking about the Koach HaChidush. And the Koach HaChidush, again, I'm not talking about the physical sun or moon, but the concept. The concept of the sun is big, but the sun is boring, is a repetition again and again and again of the same thing. The Chidush is that in a way, the moon is contradict from the concept point of view the laws of nature. In the laws of nature, there is no chidushim, nothing new. So we as Jews, when we got the Torah, we got first of all the key to how to create things, and what we're creating ourselves. When you have to struggle with what the instincts and the laws of nature dictate, and you overcome it, you create new things that if you will not do it yourself with your own will, this will never happen. So you create something new. To make it just even more clear, they said, I never tried it, that if you take a red flag and wave it in front of an axe, the axe is going to get crazy. You're going to get mad. A bull, okay. So, and it's not clear what actually made the bull crazy or mad, the wave or the redness. But anyways, that's it. It's going to make them crazy. And he could not but react this way. You cannot ask him, listen, you have to be strong, titgaber, get over it. He has to, he does. Now, when a person get mad, he is actually not doing a human action, he's doing an animal action, because this is the instinct. If you have strength to overcome it, then you do something new that no one but your will created it. Because you could react different, right? So we have to know that the only significant things that we do in life is when we are controlling and deciding, not arbitrarily, but based on a plan, a whole plan, which is the Torah, that gives you instructions what to do when the instinct tell you to do the opposite. Only then you create things.
Is it sort of like the concept that the world was created of a yesh me'ayin?
Yes.
So the world was created from nothing, and I once heard that when a person does tshuva, he creates a brand new entity that is the exact opposite of the yesh me'ayin, which is that Hashem makes an ayin from the yesh. Hashem will make something that actually did happen, that a person did an animal instinct, when they did the wrong thing, like acted like a bull, and when they create the new entity of doing tshuva, then it becomes like the opposite of the way the world was created. That Hashem makes like that thing never existed even. That Hashem makes that it becomes an ayin out of the yesh, the exact opposite of the yesh me'ayin.
You mean you're taking all the chata'im and they disappear?
Yeah, and it becomes like it never was when a person does a tshuva.
Yeah, but what's yesh me'ayin here is the new person, is the new personality.
Right,
this is yesh me'ayin.
Yeah.
So this is similar exactly to the creation. And this is the Koach HaTorah, and that's why this is the first mitzvah. Because the first mitzvah is it's very interesting. It says, Hayom atem yotzim b'chodesh ha'aviv. We have to make sure that Pesach always will be in the spring. So according to the solar system by itself, according to the lunar system by itself, it could not happen. Why? Because you have 11 days, that each year you minus 11 days, so it will be like in the Muslims, the Ramadan over there, sometimes it's in winter, sometimes because it's going. So we have to synchronize it, right?
It's 11 days extra?
Yeah. It's 365 versus 354. The difference between the lunar year and the solar year. So when we got this ability to do Kidush in the world of steadiness, that's what we have to do. In this way, we are happy from both. We have the steadiness, but we have the significant, meaningful Chidushim, new things inside. This is the thing, to be Jewish. To be Jewish is, you have a body has laws of nature. You have a neshama. Take the neshama, make it work with the body, and then you'll create chidushim and excitement about everything. It's not boring because always you have challenges. Okay? Now, it's not easy also, but it's interesting. It's make it not boring. That's okay.
But again, Goyim do too. Everyone does. This is not just reserved for us.
What? What are they doing?
Challenges and every day making decisions. It may not be on the same level, but it's there for every human being.
The complete ability to actualize the human potential is the 613 mitzvot. They do not have this. They have only 7, and all their 7, I don't know what decision you're talking about. I mean, everyone has dilemmas.
Is it good or not? You know, should I
Okay.
open or open for this person? Something very simple. Certainly not
I could open now over here a whole discussion about this, but
It's going on their mindset
On their
rather, even the moral way that they go, it goes on their mindset rather than something above, which is Torah.
it's not easy. It's not easy, all this thing. It's a whole. I'll just tell you something that will be not fair, I'm telling you, because it will be just a claim that they have to prove, okay? When people debate between two things, and they call it moral, and I'm not talking about something that's connected to, let's say, the 7 mitzvos. Sheva mitzvot bnei Noach. They have a moral dilemma, right? It's not actually a free will. I don't know how to say it in short. You know, when you come to your friend's house, and on the door they're jumping on you, before you enter, what are you going to drink? Hot, cold, tea, coffee. This seems like a classical free will, right?
No.
They give you free will. You could say hot. You could say cold. You could say not now, right? Are you a free willer? No. No, this is not a free will. I'll tell you, this is the definition. This is the definition. And here's the point. Why? Why? Right. Free will is only between the must and the optional. When you ask this kind of question, what are you going to drink? You have the free will, quote, quote, to decide if to drink now or to drink in 5 minutes or tomorrow. You have no free will to decide if to drink. You must drink, if not you die. So you could prefer. So it's not a free will, it's a preference. Now this is just an example for everything. When you have a dilemma, when a goy have a dilemma, and he doesn't have no Torah, he didn't even know 7 mitzvot bnei Noach, he decide, when a person come back home after a long day, tired, and very hungry, what are you going to do? Go to sleep because he's so tired, but he's hungry, or eat before? I'll tell you what they're going to do. Those two forces are actually forcing him. If this is stronger, he will do this. If the other, he will do the other. He is nothing. He's just forces working on him. But he have no choice, right? When you have a dilemma of what to do, let's say, I'm talking about a goy, right, that have a dilemma of to help someone or to ignore. What direct them to choose this way or that way? If they selfish enough, they will ignore. If they're not selfish, so they will have a problem to ignore. They will feel not good in themselves. How could I do this? So there is a power inside that forced me. Now the question is, which is stronger? But when you choose from the Torah point of view, you have the physical interest, and against it, which is obvious, every animal has it, everything in the nature has it. And then you have value, but the value are not arbitrary. It's not what I think, what the society think, because why the society think, let's say, that to help others is good? From a selfish reason.
Or euthanasia.
Because if everyone will be good to the other, I will have a benefit from this. So I am ready to, but it's selfish.
Because if you're trying to please society, then that will always change. Because
That's
then
enough.
you
Yeah,
get
that's
that. It
also
always
that's also.
changes. Nowadays everything goes. So
But
that's like
even if it's not changed, the question is why the society decided that it's good for the interest of the individual,
I think
Right,
it's
to
just
please their
inborn.
own
I think it's
pleasure.
for the individual,
People are
right?
born
So therefore,
because-
the bottom line of
I do.
I disagree.
But just
I
that,
do.
but
I think
no,
that a
but
lot
I
of
think
people
you
are
get
really
your
good.
the Yetzirah,
There are,
but you're born with the Yetzirah and Yetzirah comes later.
question is what do you call good and why? And I'll tell you what if you analyze it, what do you call in the society? What they called good and why it's so good?
Tov is the hodos LaHashem.
Yeah. Again, I'm talking about atheists who do not know about Hashem, and he
Because
is
it
a
makes
moral
Chesed.
person.
It's doing a chesed, you
It,
know.
it makes them
Hope.
feel
Why
good
to do
for
chesed?
whatever reason.
Why to do chesed?
Just it's the right thing.
Because
Who said that it's the right thing? I need
good.
logic
You're
reasons.
saying
You
you want us
feel
to say 'cause
good.
it's for yourself.
You
It's
Right.
selfish.
The bottom line is to make myself happy.
Kindness feels good.
Yeah.
Doing it when my little granddaughter, who's 3 years old, and my son, they feel good when they're doing the right thing. Like one morning, the kids were running around before my son and daughter-in-law woke up, and so he said to my granddaughter, she's 3 years old, "Did you say Modani?" She said, "Yeah." So he said, "Oh, but you're supposed to say Modani when you're still in your bed." She's 3 years old. She ran back to her bed to say Modani in the bed.
Because she wanted to
Because you
please
feel
her
good,
dad,
you
but she wanted
feel
to please
good
her
when,
dad.
but you also feel good when you do the right thing. But then you're serving yourself.
Yeah, the thing is, the difference is the following. The difference is the following. When you do good for benefit that you feel here and now, it is selfish. When you do good, when you sacrifice the now for something that you do not see the benefit right away, it's just because this is the truth and this is what Hashem told me. And if he will not told me that it's good, I will never think it's good. And I do it anyways, just because I know that this is a pure
Say like
bechira.
not wearing shatnez.
Or not wearing
Right.
makeup on Shabbos. Okay.
Maybe.
Right.
Tell you
All
that.
right.
True.
Okay.
Okay.
That I could relate.
So this is the reason.
3-day Yom
Yeah.
Wow. Time passed.
And we do
So-
it only because Hashem says so.
Exactly,
Not
and
because
that was-
it feels good.
That's
Right.
true.
So this is the pure dilemma, and this is the pure bechira, because over here you're working above the nature. If it serves something under the sun, it's not bechira; it's preference. I could do this or this, but it serves something under the sun. Only when it's go up above the sun, above the entire physical dimension, then, and that's why this is the first mitzvah. It's not just by chance. So we learned a little bit about the concept of Zman and the difference between Zman and time. And that's why Hashem gave us this mitzvah before we left Egypt. Because Hashem says to Moshe Rabbeinu in the sneh, "Be'otziacha et ha'am miMitzrayim ta'avdun et ha'elokim al ha'ar hazeh." And it was in Sinai, in Har Chorev. Same thing we saying every time when we say Shema. The last pasuk of Shema is, "Ani Hashem Elokechem, asher hotzeti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim." Why? Liot lachem le'elokim. Meaning, the entire purpose of getting out of Mitzrayim is to be ready to go to Har Sinai to get the Torah. That's the Ani Hashem Elokecha, Liot lachem le'elokim. So this is the Zman, and that's why the Zman must be the first mitzvah that Hashem will give us.
But when you said that the Zman and the Moed coincided, that was when we're talking about the Shalosh Regalim?
Not just, but also, but Moed and Zman are the connection between time and space, or make it holy, or make it the destination. The destination is the time and space.
And that's
Why?
making it holy?
And that's what?
That makes it holy?
Makes it holy because Hashem made it holy.
Right.
The
Oh,
time
that's
is
the place where we're
right.
going to get the
And
holy.
the last point is, as I said in the Torah, it says Mo'adim. Ele Mo'adei Hashem. Chazal, when we say the tefillah of Shalosh Regalim, we said Mikadesh Israel ve'hazmanim. So we have to know, unfortunately, I mean, this is the history, the punishment that we have. We are in exile. We do not have anymore, as a nation, the Kidushas HaMakom. We do not have Beis HaMikdash. We do not have Aliyah Regel, but we have the Kidushas HaZman. Anywhere in the world, you do Shabbos, you do Pesach. Not connection to the space. So hopefully, Be'ezrat Hashem, Bekarov, Hashem will rebuild Beis HaMikdash and we'll have Kedushas HaMakom also, but Kedushas HaZman are with us. No one, the Goyim could destroy Beis HaMikdash, but they could not destroy Shabbos. They could not destroy Pesach. They could not destroy Shavuos and Sukkot. The Kedushas HaZman is there. And with this, we doing what we're doing, waiting for Kedushas HaMakom also to join B'meira B'yameinu.